Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. DLG Reppin. That's me. What you lot saying? I know what you're all thinking, the coronavirus. When is the football season going to end? When is sport going to come back? Or when is the football season going to come back too? As well as end. And now you have Euro 2000. I mean, not Euro 2000. The FA announced, or the UEFA announced, that the Premier League will be suspended until the 30th. But before I go into that, I would like to talk on a sad note on Peter Whittingham, 35 years old, ex-Portsmouth and Aston Villa and Blackburn winger, who sadly lost his life. And all I can say is rest in peace, Peter. And my condolences go to your friends and your family, yeah? Yeah. Rest well, man. It's a shame that you were taken away from this planet at the age of 35. You're only 3 years younger than me. Wow. So, moving on. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Premier League and the Football League being suspended until the end of April. I mean, it seems like this coronavirus is only going to get worse before it can get better. You only have to look at Italy on lockdown, Spain, Germany, Ireland, and to name a couple of others on lockdown. But the worst death rises in Italy. Over 4,000 have died. And a little bit of breaking news for those of you that don't know. In the UK alone, we now have a total of 233 deaths, rising from 177 to 233 deaths. That's 50 people who've been announced dead in the space of a short amount of time. I mean, when it first came out, Arteta was the first Premier League manager to be announced with the virus, and he's got better. And I think Arsenal have trained since Tuesday, so well done, Arsenal, going out there to do your training, do your drills, and not allowing this coronavirus to defeat you all, defeat what you're doing, defeat our management or our football club for that matter. And it's a well done to you. And hopefully Callum Hudson-Odoi, I don't know what's happened to him ever since he caught the virus. I'll assume he's got better, and if he has, well done to him. Hopefully he and Chelsea and his colleagues go back to training, do what they have to do, do what they get on with their routine in life, in their careers, and by God's willing, they come out a lot stronger for it. You know, the old saying, what don't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah. It's a few things that we're looking at. Let's look at some scenarios. I mean, the transfer window, it could be a quiet one. But before even going to the transfer window, you got to think about clubs. Will they have to start playing youngsters? You know, I know Jose Mourinho of Tottenham, he's never in his managerial career played youngsters. You know? He's never played too many youngsters under him. I mean, you let De Bruyne go while he was Chelsea manager in his second or, if not first spell. I think it was his second spell, you know? But I'm hoping, from an Arsenal fan perspective, I'm hoping to see, quite a few more youngsters. Not a complete squad of them, just a couple more, if not a few more young players coming through and doing their things. Like Saka, for example, Martinelli, they've been the outstanding performers for their age. late teens, both 18 years of age, and they link up well on the left. That's exactly what I am talking about. That's exactly what I want to see. You know, how good they can become in the future. I mean, they are our future. And I hope Saka and Martinelli get given their 5-6 year contracts. They deserve to be rewarded long term they deserve to be rewarded long term, and a long term contract to go with it. We've got Guendouzi there. I think he's a bright one for the future. He's got it all, except, like I've said a number of times, he's got to understand when to release the ball, and he's got to understand when to not dwell too much on the ball. That's his problem. Other than that, I think tackling could be worked on as well. But then again, those two sides to his game could be coached out of him, where he knows when to put in the tackle and he knows when to release the ball on time. Yeah, I feel bored without football, if I'm being honest with you. I feel completely bored. But that's the reality we're living in right now. So unprecedented, this virus. Schools have closed down. Businesses such as clubs, pubs, theatres, cinemas, they've closed down. Some employers, or employees, or should I say employees, they will be paid. It said that the government will pay wages to the ones who have been unfortunate to not be able to go into work. Some have to work from home, and yeah, the ones that will be paid, it's been said that it will be $2,500 a month. Wow, not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, for the virus, it will go on for quite a long time. Oh, hopefully not too long. They say it could last up to 12 weeks. I'm not banking on that, you know. Let's get this camera closer. Excuse me. Yeah, we shall wait and see. Yeah, I think big clubs around the world of football will have to rein it in terms of their spending. You know, it's damaging, you know, for the plans for big clubs that have X amount of money, but they can't spend it all at once. You look at the Man Cities, the Inter Milans, Real Madrid, the Liverpools, maybe the Arsenals, the Man United, AC Milans, maybe Juventus, Barcelona. They want to spend big money, but the reality is they have to rein it in a bit. They could have to rein it in. I mean, and players who are on the last year of their contract, I don't know how that's going to go down. Will they be asked to stay? Will they be released on the free? I mean, what happens? I mean, I know Aubameyang, he's got one more year left of his he's got one more year left of his contract, and he's been reported to have demanded 300,000 a week. For me, he deserves it. Give it to him. He's done what it says in the thing. He's been our number 9. He scores goals, and he deserves to play as the main striker, as a number 9. I've always said it. If you play a 4-2-3-1, Aubameyang deserves to play as the number 9, as the one, meaning the one who is the number 9, not Lacazette or lack of threat or lack of whatever. It's the truth, isn't it? You know. But again, not just talking about some of our players and the ones that need to go and whatnot, but the reality is we're 9th. The best that we can get is a top 6 finish. I don't see us qualify. We'll be lucky to get top 6 at this rate. I don't know if we're going to get into Europe this season, and if next season, and if and when the season resumes, I wouldn't be upset if we don't get into Europe, because it'd probably be the blessing in disguise that we need. And the situation is we're going to a new season next term without possibly Aubameyang. I mean, there's been these talks with Emil Roback, Swedish under-21 striker, aged between 18 to 21. If you've got the right information about him, about his age and what he would bring to Arsenal in terms of his strengths and weaknesses, then leave your comments below. And if anything that you've heard me talk about, in terms of what I'm talking about, then leave your comments below. Whether you want to criticize me or whether you want to praise me, I'm going to read the comments anyway. On that, I would like to still talk on Emil Roback. Yeah, that's him. I've seen clips of him. He looks quick. He looks like he's got an eye for goal, and he's athletic, and he's quite tall. I mean, that's the sort of striker I'm looking at. But again, we're going to need a marquee signing in that position if Aubameyang decides to desert us, which is the truth. And we might have to go in the transfer market buying one or two, not buying more than the two players that Mikel Arteta has plans for. And in terms of buying or whatnot, this is where the board have to come into, well, not just the board, but this is where we look upon Stan Kroenke. Stan Kroenke, yes, Stan Kroenke, this is an unprecedented dark time, not just for one football club, not for one football club, meaning Arsenal, but for a number of football clubs. But you are our owner of our football club. We're looking to you to do something, Give us a gesture. And you know what? If you do exactly the things that you do, I will be the first or one of the first to say thank you, Stan. You've given us something back. We want something from you, Stan. We do. That's all we ask. A little something, A little something that will go a long way. And you know what? Even if it's helping the fans half the season ticket prices down a bit. If not half, at least take a fraction of the season. At least take a fraction of the season ticket cost off the fans, and they will appreciate that. They will say at least they've got to at least say thank you, And that's all I want to say. In terms of players, I'd like to talk about David Luiz's situation, where it's been rumoured that we're about to give him a 1-year extension. Well, I would not be upset with it. Am I against it? Yeah. Because we can get rid of him, get him off the wage bill. That could be said. The same could be said about Socrates, and I might give Mustafi another year. If I might be tempted, but again, we just don't know what Mustafi's going to turn up. I still can't trust him, because every game is a new game. But if Socrates and Luiz, I'm prepared to move them on to make room for the Salabas. Hopefully Chambers comes back fitter and stronger. Holding comes back a lot fitter and stronger. The reality is we could lose out on signing Upamecano, because he's going to want Champions League football. But it will be fantastic to get him in. I mean, it won't be the end of the world if we don't get him in. But again, he's going to have to bring in a defender, and he wants to bring in a midfielder or two. So, interesting times when the season resumes. And I predict this, if it does resume, and if the coronavirus clears, then end of June, middle of July. That's when the football season is going to finish. And during that period of time, the transfer window would have opened. How and when, or what are the chances of completing the European leagues, the European Champions League and Europa League? Because I think it has to go into a one-legged affair, neutral venues, or just do it where the team's at home and the away team be the away team. Simple as long as it's one-legged, you know. Extra time and penalties involved, so be it. We need to get things out of the way so clubs can have enough time to prepare for the new season, such as pre-season. That's going to be important. And yeah, me being a fan of Nicolas Pepe, although it's not happened for him as such, he can do a pre-season, and it will be beneficial to him, and it will mean the world of good for him as well. He could do the pre-season. Moving on. Spoken about the Arsenal board, and if anyone can come out and tell me about the last 15 years and what would have been ideal for Arsenal to be competitive and winning on all fronts, what would have been the best Arsenal teams in the last 15 years and the players that we should have signed? Because I think we should have signed a hell of a lot better than what we had. I understand that we went through a couple of seasons of not having any money, or little money for that matter, and we couldn't afford to buy the best quality in that market until I feel that we've cleared our stadium debt. I mean, some will argue with me on that one, but again, leave your comments below, and while you're doing that, subscribe to my channel, DLG Reppin, and smash the thumbs up like button. I'd love that, but the one I loved the most was the subscription button. Yeah, that subscribe button, smash it up. I want more of it. I want to be able to do my own live stream. That was not a dry cough, so I haven't got the coronavirus, hopefully. Yeah, it feels like it's been a few days since I last done a recording. Yeah, it's been busy and tired, but you know what? I needed to get this out of the way. So, as things stand, I've got this out of the way, and I'm happy. And we just wish that this football season comes back. I mean, as much as I hate the scum down the road from us, they're doing everything they can to help their staff, and that's keep making sure they are paid on time. Manchester United are doing good things. That's a club that I do not like. I can't stand them, but they are still paying their staff, and that's a good will of gesture there. So well done to Tottenham and Manchester United on that front. So for us, I don't know what's going on, but if staff are not being paid, and from what I've heard, the club shop's closed until further notice. You know, at least it stops the Arsenal fans buying the merchandising and filling up the pockets of a greedy owner called Stan Kroenke. What does he do? Why is he our owner? Why won't he just sell up if he's not going to do anything with the club? Why does he have to be so selfish, and absurd and oblivious? I don't want to go into Stan Kroenke, but hey, together, if we all pull through, we can defeat the coronavirus. It's how we do it, and it's how we pull through together as a unity. As a unity is concerned, it's how we pull through together and work together to defeat this curse. Anyway, I think I'm done. Subscribe to my channel. Smash the subscription button heavily, because I would more than love that more than anything. Thumbs up more than downs, and leave your comments below, yeah? DLG Reppin, peace and bliss. Peace and bless, should I say, yeah. Peace and bless, and I'm out of here. Thank you.